Now that you've had a chance to sign on to your student's account, I'm going to give you a little tour of one of the classes, and I just picked Kindergarten English. You've probably already taken a look around some of the other classes, and you'll notice that they're all quite similar in the way that they're set up. So first thing I did was get to the Kindergarten English. And now if I scroll down a bit, I'll see some pretty important parts here. First thing you'll see are some links to videos that will help you get started on the classes. It tells you how to sign on to your NLSD email. By the way, if you don't have your students' NLSD email yet, you can email me and I'll send it to you. Also tells you how to get onto IXL, and there's the introduction videos that we did about 2 weeks ago. Then if I go down a little further, you'll see a picture of me and my contact information. That's important because if you do have any questions or if you need help with anything, please call me or send me an email. And every now and then it's kind of nice if we connect by web conference because then we can have your student show me what they've been working on. And if we go down a little bit more, all of the classes will have a section called Course Information. It's important that you sit down as a mentor and read through this material. Now it's going to take a while, especially with the first class, and then some of it repeats when you go to other classes. But it is important information. Course outcomes are the outcomes that the Saskatchewan government has laid out for every grade and every subject. So these will be the kindergarten ELA outcomes. Course overview kind of gives you a sense of what the class is all about, so the things that will be covered. Assessment and evaluation will explain how your student will be assessed and evaluated on the different things that they do through the year. Timeline, I'll come back to this in a second, but it just lays out what your schedule will look like through a day, but also through the year. Procedures, you can read through that. Tells you how to get things done in the class. Expectations is one of the things that repeats from class to class, but it'll tell you what the expectations are of your student. And resources will tell you what you need for this class. Now, in kindergarten ELA, most of the resources are supplied for you. So you've probably already gotten a package from your local school, your community school. If you haven't yet and you'd like printed out resources, then you can also email me or give me a call and we'll figure something out. And then if I go down a bit more, actually I remember I was going to talk about timeline. And the reason for that is because I've already had a few questions about how often you should be working on things, how much time you should spend on ELA activities every day. And this really lays it out nicely. The time spent on formal ELA activities is strongly dependent on your learner. So in other words, a lot of it depends on the child. Now, some kids might love ELA activities and they'll want to spend a lot of time every day on it. Other kids might not be as into it. And if you find it starts to get stressful when you're doing an ELA activity, you've got a lot of freedom in this program. So you can just stop it for a while, take a break, do something else, and then come back to it later. What it says here is that you'll find something that suits your family gradually as you get into things. So it might take a while to get into a rhythm and a routine. It won't happen right away. There's a lot to cover in a year for a kindergarten student in ELA. They're learning some big concepts. They're learning how to read, they're learning their alphabet letters. There's some big stuff there. It's going to take a while to get into a routine, and it's got to be something that works for your family, but also for the learner. For the routines, again, remember that you have the freedom to schedule activities in a manner that suits your situation. It does talk about doing daily activities. That's important. But again, you've got that flexibility to do the daily activities when it works for you. So if you're working in the day and evening is a time that works better for reading with your student, that's perfect. If you're home in the morning and that's when you want to do it, that's all right too. It's whenever it works for you and your family. I'll just get back to this part. So make sure you read over this stuff. And then you get into the weekly lesson plans. I'm just going to move this down a bit. In kindergarten, it starts off with mentor information. This is a section that only happens in, we only see it in the kindergarten English class. And it's pretty cool because it goes through some videos that actually show you how to do the daily routines like alphabet puppet time and calendar time. By the way, here where it says letter of the day, it's actually letter of the week. So you just do one letter a week and you focus on that letter for a week. Yeah, these videos show you how to do the daily routine stuff. So those are very useful for the mentor to watch, and then you'll be using those strategies with your kindergarten student. Let's get back to here. So once you've gone through the course information and watched the videos on what a mentor is going to do, those routines, then you can get into the lesson plans. I'll just click on week 1 here. With the lesson plans, they're all going to look very similar. So they'll have the plan here. I'll click on that in a minute. They'll have a list of materials. And this is an example of one of the things that the schools will be printing out for you. The Alphabet Puppet and Story booklet is one of the things that will be printed out, as will the lesson plan booklet. And the reading material for read alouds is something that you can either get from your public library, or I've got a separate video on showing you where to get reading material from. And then they'll have these. Right here it says A1. That A stands for assessment. Sometimes they'll have HO and then a number. The HO stands for handout. And here there's also letter cards. A lot of the lessons also include videos, which will show you how to do the activities. So you can watch these videos and learn how to do the activities with your kindergarten student. Now, after you've gone through these videos and you've done the activities a few times, that will become part of your daily routine. Now, I'll just get back to the class. So now we're back to here where we started from. And once you get into the lessons, you'll notice that you've got a lesson for each week. And so every week, you'll click on the lesson, read through it, and then it'll give you stuff to do with your student. If you run into something that you're not sure about, or you kind of wonder how to do it, or if you just want to talk about something in the lesson plan, my contact information is always right here. Feel free to call me or email me. And like I said, every now and then it would be good if we did a web conference.